Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azrina Zira binti Azali, and my friends are choosing the case study of the topic climate change and its solution. So, I will explain about the introduction. What is climate change? Climate change is the most important problem of our time, and we are at a crucial stage. Climate change's effects are global in scope and unprecedented in scale, including from altering weather patterns that threaten food production to raising sea levels that raise the risk of devastating floods. Adapting to this consequence in the future will be more difficult and costly if dramatic action is not taken today. And long-term changes in temperature and weather patterns are referred to as climate change, and these movements might be due to natural causes such as oscillations in the solar cycle. However, human activities have been the primary cause of climate change since the 2000s, owing to the combustion of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. Fossil fuel combustion produce greenhouse gas emission, which serve as a blanket over the earth, trapping the sun's heat and boosting temperatures. Then carbon dioxide and methane are two examples of greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to climate change. These are produced by, for example, using gasoline to drive a car or coal to heat a building. And carbon dioxide is released when land and forests are cleared. Garbage landfills are a major source of methane emissions. Energy, industry, transport, building, agriculture, and land use are among the main emitters.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Najwa binti Muhammad Ramadan and I will continue to the problem of climate change. The problems is global warming, greenhouse gases, sea level rise and erratic weather changes. So I will discuss about all of these one by one in other slide. Global warming. The period from 2011 to 2020 was the warmest on record, with the average global temperature in 2019 rising by 1.1 degrees Celsius from pre-industrial values. Human-induced global warming is presently increasing at the rate of 0.2 degrees Celsius per decade. The natural environment, human health, and well-being are all negatively impacted by a 2 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. Because of this, the international community has recognized the need to keep warming well below 2 degrees Celsius and pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Next, greenhouse gases. Some gases in the Earth's atmosphere mimic the effect of greenhouse gas by trapping solar heat and preventing it from escaping back into space, which would otherwise contribute to global warming. Many of these greenhouse gases occur naturally, but human activity is raising the level of some of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gas in the atmosphere. CO2 produced by human activities is the largest contributor to global warming. Now, we move to sea level rise. Due to a surge in ice loss in the world polar areas, sea level has quickened recently. According to the most recent data from the World Meteorological Organization, the global mean sea level rise by an average of 4.5 millimeters per year from 2013 to 2021, setting a new record high. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the South Atlantic, the North Pacific, the Southwest Indian Ocean, and the Western Tropical Pacific all face significantly quicker sea level rise. And the last one is erratic weather change. The forecast is shown that more severe droughts in the southwest more intense heat waves worldwide, and fewer cold waves everywhere. As the climates continue to warm, it is predicted that hurricane-related storm intensity and rainfall rates will rise. Before the middle of the century, the Arctic Ocean is anticipated to have little to no ice in the summer. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuraida binti Madarin. So I will continue this presentation with the causes of climate change. So climate change was happened because of this some of the causes, and some of this is deforestation, the release of harmful gases, open burning, and the last one is powering building. So the first one is deforestation. Deforestation is mean uncontrolled felling of the tree in the forest. Whenever the forest was cut down, the amount of carbon dioxide that is released to the atmosphere become more than usual, and it will automatically contribute to the global warming. For example, Amazon forest was the one that was affected by deforestation because there was a lot of people do deforestation there, and the quantity of tree become less than before. And when deforestation was happen, our our temperature the temperature of our world become high or hot, and that's why the temperature of our world is not constant like before this. I mean, it was not good like before this, and it's become higher, and our world condition was become hot too, because of this deforestation was happen. I think mostly all the forests in the country that was contained in this world was doing this deforestation. So we need to avoid deforestation because it will give a lot of bad effect to our world. So next is the release of harmful gases. Harmful gases are very dangerous because it contains the toxic in its gases. That means the gases was not really good for our health, and it will give bad effect to human health too. And some of the human cannot tolerate with the harmful gases because this will attack their body system also, and most of the people will become headache or even can't breathe properly because of these harmful gases. And the example of harmful gases is carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous vapor, and also chlorofluorocarbons. So let's continue to the next causes of climate change, which is open burning. So open burning will produce nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compounds, or we call it as VOCs, and polycyclic organic matters are among the harmful substances that emitted during combustion. So open burning, of course, will give a bad effect to the human also, which is they give rashes, headache, nausea, and also asthma. And in fact, open burning is not only happen in the forest, but human also do open burning, which is they burn the trash at the area, at the open area. And this open burning will also not give any bad effect to will not only give a bad effect to the human, but it also will give bad effect to the animals, which is for those animals that live in the forest. Their places was being triggered because there was some of the people that burn the forest. And open burning will also contribute to regional and global climate change by generating carbon dioxide, methane, and also particular concern in crossphere zones, or we call it as black carbon. So the last one is powering building. Residential and commercial building mostly consume more than half of all electricity worldwide. So that's mean most of the people in this world was really need electricity for their daily uses. And about 30% of the electricity building used is generated from coal burning power plants. And electricity production also generates the second largest share of greenhouse gas emission. And generating electricity and heat, it was happened by burning fossil fuel, which is causes a large chunk of the greenhouse gases, which is the gases of carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide that can blanket the earth and trap the sun heat. And I think that's all from me for explain the causes of climate change.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Fatina binti Amir Mahmud. My student ID is 2020842718. Without further ado, let's continue our presentation. Who is responsible for climate change mitigation? This question is always being a debate among humans, but truthfully, who is responsible for this? It's actually involve many parties, or we can divide them into categories, which are individuals, governments and institutions, business and technology. Let's elaborate on individuals. The focus is on a personal, responsible actions, such as deciding to take public transportation. People can start by doing something small, and when it becomes a habit, it is natural to do things that way. I would like to elaborate a little on transportation that individuals may contribute to mitigating climate change. People can shift their habit of traveling because obviously we will need to go from one place to another. Rather than taking personal cars, we may go by walking or taking public transportation. Public transportation reduces energy consumption and harmful carbon dioxide emissions that brings damage to the environment. It produces less pollution than traveling in a private vehicle. Next, governments and institutions. The category could do a number of actions, such as support environmental education, funding climate change research, and developing infrastructure projects. For the case of raising taxes or tariffs of certain products, implementing environmental laws, or enforcing sections, for instance, banning coal production or setting an environmental tax on flying. The context of international agreements were typically justified by the need to control carbon-intensive behavior on a global scale, as individuals or individual nations are incapable or unwilling to make big changes by themselves. Moving about business and technology, this category plays an important role through corporate responsibility, like business culture, marketing, development, and implementation of new technology. The biggest mitigative actions are done by big businesses, for instance, through responsible manufacturing, sustainable farming practices, and developing products that are more ecological. For instance, the new lock in Albert Canal in Flanders, Belgium. The Museum Basin, which includes the canal, is projected to experience more frequent and longer periods of low water flow. This could have economic implications. The solution to this challenge was to install large Archimedes screw pumps at 6 lock systems. This is one of the innovations to help mitigate effects of climate change. Out of all research that we have done, we recommend and believe that everyone plays an important role in the process to succeed in mitigating climate change for the better future of our world. By the quotes, everyone's action counts. Thank you.